How's it going, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to another episode. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Pessane. For those of you that's the first time coming across my YouTube channel, and I'm a UX UI designer. I am your UX UI designer guide, so please reach out to me if you need websites, landing pages, mobile apps, web apps, and UX audits, right? I'm your go-to guy. I usually design tutorials, but today we talk about another design system package in which you can get it at any time, right? So guys, also follow me on my social medias: Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, here on YouTube, and of course on Dribbble as well. I'd really appreciate the support. And without any further ado, let's jump onto this. So today, guys, we talk about Uber, right? I'm sure some of you did not know that Uber had a design system. See, give me a say here. Style guide updated 15 days ago. So they're always constantly updating to in order to get really good. A lot of good things publishing for everyone. So they're always on top of that, right? So let's jump on. Let's check out what this is all about. Right click foundation, right click components, right click patterns, resources, and tools. Come to base. Let's see. Right, let's see design tokens. Let's see. It gives us the, what are design tokens? Design tokens are like very naming. It's basically the when you name things, those are called like mini tokens, right? And then set of foundational design decisions represented as reusable data. Exactly. So when you name something, it's basically reusable data. You're going to reuse this somewhere along the lines of your design, and this is one of them, right? They shared across all platforms: iOS, Android, and web synonymously. There we go. See, color, dimension, font family, font weight, duration, cubic base, and number. These are things that are shared across all platforms, right? Right. Usage. Let's go to typography. Let's see. See, something like this. So you have your tokens over here. Display styles are largest text on the screen, reserved for short important text or numerals. They use more of a expressive font. Uber, Move, and use primarily during brandable moments, right? So I've used similar fonts to Uber fonts. You can see they have Uber, Move. They have like their own font, right? Headings. You use extra large, medium, small, and extra small, right? And then labels, throw them here. Tokens, mono. Uber, Move, mono ramp, right? In design to mirror the specs of Uber, Move. So slight variations. Okay, let's check out specs. There we go. Uber community guidelines, treat everyone with respect, and there we go. Saves and change backlog. Typography for Figma. Alright, let's jump into color. This page is private. Let's check out this other one. Using SSO. Why is this page private? Well, I do not have any. That's fine. Let's check out dimensions. Base level standard sizes for everything. Let's see. When you design on Figma, there's this thing called grid, right, that you use as a grid, and this is exactly it. When you're designing, you use it as a grid. Baseline grid, core sizes. There we go. Remember I told you guys we have the one used for mobile is 24, right? For your icons, mobile is 24. Then 36 increases as other screen sizes increase as well. Then you get 48, then you get 64, right? Usage for phone layout, there we go. 64 Android, 64, there we go. iOS, slightly different, but not too different, right? Alright, let's check out layout grids. For layout grids, there's a specific way on how these companies design. Each one of them, they have their own gutter, their own margin, their own usage, their own span. You know, some of them have a gutter of like 1, others have a gutter of 2, depending on that typography. So you always design depending on whichever style you choose to follow. Am I correct? So remember guys, these are videos that are timeless, so you can always come back to the web to my channel here, and then you can always check them out. You can always check them out and see where to. Hybrid breakpoints. See what are breakpoints? There. Content, responsive content, span, hide, skip, subgrids. There we go. Themes. Default, small, medium, large, compact, right? Layout grids. When you're designing, to check the gutter, right? Remember the grids, the navigation content, right? The span. They don't take like the whole page. You take like there's like a middle, like margins on the side, each side. Check out corner radius. Usage, which are border radius is 16, 12, 8, 4. These are the ones. 4, they use it for small ones on phones. 8, larger screens. 12, maybe for even larger, and so on. Right, as it explains here on everything. 12, 12, 12, 12. 8 are for buttons. You go like 12 are for like for cards, and then like 4 are for like components like badges and things of that sort, right? Cool. Let's check out token mapping. Applicable. Let's check out borders. Let's check out elevation. Use elevation to show how a component relates to other surfaces. Elevation appears as a shadow. Do's and don'ts. Use a border or background color to increase separation. Avoid adding a shadow to a banner or card to separate from nearby content. Right. Which in our language on Figma is basically drop down shadow, right? Those are your drop down shadows. All right, let's check out expression. Right, if you see, Uber has a specific set of icons. They're very different, right? In their app, and their app they have as these 2D ones, but they have a few other 3D ones, right? Elecons are these ones. They're like 3D-ish, right? And then we have the Figma icon library. You download them. You'll get assets such as icons that are from Uber. Check out motion. accessible, really easy. They don't do too much, right? Transition not as tough as well, not as bombastic as, you know, but just really small iterations here and there. Uber's brand, mobility brands, delivery brands, enterprise brands, earner brands. Writing for users. You have to like a do's and don'ts, content design. Interesting, right? But we can look at that in another stage. Let's look at principles. Recognizing identity and perspective, basically your brand guidelines and all of that. You, for example, guys, you can't mix and match brand guidelines, different type of icons. No, you can't mix and match. Product inclusion, that's one of them. Alright, let's check out all these other tabs that we've opened. Welcome to base. What is this about? Components. Alright, let's right click this, input and output, feedback, status, data display, feedback and status, surfaces, navigation. Call to action buttons, leading artwork, there we go. See, we have medium button size, small, medium, large, and so on, right? Primary. Yeah, Uber has primary two colors, like literally just black and they used to have a different one, but now it's just these ones. Do's and don'ts. Do, this is how they edit. Don't. Avoiding primary colors in the middle of the page, use secondary buttons instead. Tertiary buttons, these ones. Do, you highlight the ones that are red, like for example, save is the one that is actional, that the behavior that we want them to do, instead of highlighting both of these, because the user will get confused. There we go. This is quite interesting. I really like this. Behavior. Everything must be compliant with the WCAG levels, which is like web. Those are like the standard guidelines for web products. You understand what I mean? What do I mean by that? The internet has specific guidelines for what products need to be showcased there. For example, let's say your website doesn't have enough contrast, doesn't have enough colors that are visible and things of that sort. If you don't have that, your rankings go down, right? Your rankings go on a dip, and the people that have all of that organized, the nicer your website looks, the more compliant you have on these type of things, the higher your ranking will be, and it will be easier to find your website. Yeah, it's quite brutal, but this is what happens on a daily. Button. Already have seen those. Check. Let's see. Here we go. Here checks. what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to design it, and all of that sort. Banner. Right, so the only thing here that you can download are things like icons, a few components such as buttons as well, not all of them, just a few, but so that you can design as, and then you can get the font as well, right, so that by the time you actually design, you have everything, and you jump onto an inspiration website where you get your inspiration for you to design. You start off with that, and you get running the design. Yeah, so you see, this is how you design. Don't do this. Basically tells you step by step, this is how you design, don't do that. This is how you design, don't do this. See, 12 border radius. So here, this is what you should do, and this is what you don't do. What you don't do is put 8 at the top, 12 at the bottom. If it's 12, put everywhere 12. If it's 8, everywhere 8. Let's check out this one. Accordion. Those are your icons placing. Banner. Cars, that's the one I was looking for. Here we go. Alright, that's how mostly your cards work. Square cards, rounded corners for buttons, and everything else. So do stacked tiers and layers in proper order to ensure cohesive content lookup across cards. Do not customize the order of items in order to in the fixed tier. Eyebrows, headline, paragraph to ensure cohesive content lookup across cards. They show you how to arrange cells horizontally, vertically, stack them. These are when they're loading, theme component usage, and it shows you exactly how it should be done, right? Of course, you're going to use it to your own liking, your own images, your own icon, no, not your own icons, but different icons. However, it has to be from Uber. If you're going to use their brand identity, you're going to use their components, so you make sure you use their content as well. Right, media bottom, artwork background, behavior. Let's see. Isolated, the feed. All right. Oh, sorry. Go back. There's just so many things. You have sheets, model sheets, there, navigation, bottom navigation, at the bottom, the menus at the bottom, right? There we go. So if you ever want to design like your own, whenever you want to make up your own app related to something like Uber or some transport in some sort of way, come and use their design stencil. They have breadcrumbs as well. navigation header, that's the one at the top, right? They have page controls, there we go. They have pagination, each page. They have side navigation, the one right on the side. They have tabs, components and stuff, and everything along those lines. Tree view, like we've seen on other design systems as well. Let's look at charts. Stack charts one on top of the other to check out any analytics, really important. Data tables, let's see what they look like. That's what they look like. And a regular table. Nice. Right, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. I really appreciate you guys taking the time. My name is Pessane, for those of you that's the first time coming across my channel. And reach out to me if you need websites, landing pages, mobile apps, web apps, and UX audits. I'm your go-to guy. Please also follow me on my social medias: Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, here on YouTube, and of course on Dribbble. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.